KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson and the Adahi Tano Program. Cars Plus, home of Guam's first and only lifetime limited powertrain warranty. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurants, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Now on Prime Time, the Federal Emergency Management Agency has approved Guam's request for temporary medical assistance for the island's only public hospital. Plus, Public Health's new policy allows quarantine travelers to attend viewings and funerals. Chris Barnett investigates. And late last night, your elected lawmakers finally passed the budget bill for fiscal year 2021. Have a day, everybody. Thanks so much for streaming us live on Facebook. I'm Jason Salas, and these are tonight's top stories. Well, as we all wait today's now all too familiar ritual of waiting for the results of coronavirus testing, last night it was reported that 48 more people have tested positive for COVID-19 on Monday, bringing our island's COVID case count to 1,395, with more than half, 852 to be precise, being active cases, 533 in recovery, and there have been 10 COVID-connected deaths. The Joint Information Center also reports 2 more GDOE employees testing positive for the virus. They're identified at Marshal Sablan Elementary School and Maritzo Martyrs Memorial School. One of the 2 cases was identified through contact tracing. In other news tonight, help is on the way for our island, with Civil Defense Administrator Charles Esteves telling KUAM News that the Federal Emergency Management Agency has approved their request for temporary medical support for the Guam Memorial Hospital. Esteves says his agency made the ask to the Department of Defense on behalf of the Guam Memorial Hospital and the state's surgeon cell, and it was approved. That ask was for 2 phases of medical support. Phase 1 was for a pair of intensivists, 15 nurses, and 4 respiratory therapists. Phase 2, which is the maximum level request, is for 4 physician intensivists, 36 critical care nurses, and 8 respiratory therapists. According to Esteves, FEMA has approved Guam's plan but will begin the first phase, and based on needs, the DoD will send the additional resources. The deployment is for 30 days. Esteves adds they are working with the Health and Human Services Region 9 Emergency Coordinator Jonathan Bartlett, who is on Guam. Now, Bartlett, according to Esteves, is one of their technical advisors who is approving, facilitating, and coordinating the shipment of resources. He is overseeing the initial deployment of the medical support and will then develop a scope of work for future needs. His objectives are to assist with the integration of DoD forces at GMH and lay the framework for a successful mission, meet with key health partners on island to discuss contracting for medical support within 30 days, and to conduct site visits to the Surgery Center, GMH, and the FEMA Distribution Center, among other tasks. For the time being, as it stands, Civil Defense is waiting for the official time frame as to when the Department of Defense will be deploying the temporary medical support to Guam's only public hospital. Also tonight, a member of the governor's Physicians Advisory Group does not need the findings of an investigation into the death of a nurse at the Guam Memorial Hospital. Dr. Felix Cabrera says it's apparent she caught COVID at the hospital. The incident, along with the growing number of hospitalizations, has many questioning what's being done to stop the spread of infection.
It's definitely a nosocomial infection if you acquired it within the hospital, but as to the actual source, it's, we'll never know for sure.
GMH ICU and ER nurse Marnette Agabao was admitted to GMH in July and repeatedly tested negative for COVID.
But then had tested positive within the week that she had passed.
With the belief that Nurse Agabao caught COVID at the hospital and the increasing number of GMH frontliners testing positive,
I don't have the exact number with me.
What's the plan, and are discussions underway to move all non-COVID patients out of GMH to what's supposed to be the COVID-free hospital at GRMC to prevent further nosocomial infections? According to PAG's Dr. Felix Cabrera, that's up to GMH.
Physically, there's room there, but I'm sure they have their reasons, but we have yet to fully understand, how that outweighs the clear and present danger that exists for these special patients, and the risk of them acquiring a nosocomial infection, or in other words, a hospital acquired infection.
The increasing number of hospitalizations at GMH and the skilled nursing unit facility in Barrigada Heights still not open, as many, including Dr. Cabrera, acknowledging there should have been better follow-through in preparing for the second wave.
We've had months to prepare for this wave. Months. We've had a lull. And we have not done enough to prepare for this. And I think that that's very clear. And it's I don't know if it's because because it was more of a reprieve from the first wave that we had, and then trying to get caught up with a lot of things. But the key part here is that we had to sharpen the saw, and that we had to really look at what we needed to do to improve. And that's part of that was ensuring that SNU was brought up line and was ready to go for the next spike, because we made it very clear that we had no idea when it would come, but when it did, it was going to hit us real hard and very quickly. And sure enough, it did.
Also ready to accept fault, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio.
Yes, I would. Anything that is happening right now, obviously, you take responsibility, both the good and the bad. And I'll just say that, I'm monitoring the situation with hospital capacity, and it's and all the different triggers that we're using to try and expand it. I'll tell you that the SNU is probably, we'll find out when I get on, but I'm pretty much certain that we'll be able to move about 11 patients over there in the next day or two. And that's coming back online. Part of it, I think, is delays or some red tape that I've seen, especially at the hospital, that love to cut up. But yeah, no, anything that happens, obviously, we take responsibility. And we're managing a pandemic. We've not seen these kinds of things. And of course, we're managing the public interest and the special interest from the business community and the public sector, trying to pressure us to make changes on quarantine and openings. We'll do our best, and we'll continue to monitor this on a daily basis, and look forward to better times for the people. But I want to assure you that our mind is on this, and we will use every tool that we can to try and get everybody's safety and health back.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matanani.
In other island news headlines, legal action taken by a quarantined traveler over the right to attend a funeral has prompted a change in public health's funeral policy for persons quarantined in GovGuam facilities. Here's more.
The scene yesterday at St. Augustine Funeral Home in Harmon, a government of Guam bus transporting quarantined travelers to a viewing. Police there telling KUAM they were there to make sure quarantined persons didn't mix with other family members who were also there for the same viewing. To refresh your memory, here's Public Health's Al Silverio, the COVID-19 mass casualty lead, with the department's official protocol for funerals during this lockdown.
No more than 10 individuals from the immediate household will be present at the funeral home or at the gravesite. And that's inclusive of the funeral staff.
These protocols in place to prevent gatherings and the spread of COVID-19, which Public Health has said was spread through gatherings like funerals. But the bus at the funeral was transporting 11 people, and several cars with other family members were also at the funeral home, and it's all part of DPHSS's new policy allowing quarantine travelers who come here for bereavement ceremonies to attend viewings and funerals. A change that Silverio tells The Link was prompted by a lawsuit filed by Robert Shaw against Public Health. As we reported, Shaw was told he wouldn't be able to attend his little brother's funeral since he was in quarantine. Shaw suing Public Health. He was then released from quarantine. Silverio telling KUAM this was a lesson learned.
Those folks who are in our quarantine facility are escorted, police escorted, with a government of Guam bus, so that it's safe, that there's no mishaps, if there's no accidents that can happen, we minimize that as much as possible. That they are safely taken to the funeral home or gravesite and safely brought back. So we want to make sure that people are able to see their loved ones in a dignified and respectful way. So we provide that service for them, so that they protect themselves and we protect the community as well.
Silverio described escort services provided to two separate viewings yesterday as a test run, but funeral home staff said they had no idea a bus of quarantined travelers would show up, and they were worried they weren't given enough time to prepare for the risk associated with this so-called test run. And while Silverio said this exercise was planned thoroughly, Public Works Deputy Director Jess Garcia said he only got notice the night before.
It was a coordinated effort with public health and myself, DPW, Sunday evening.
Silverio said travelers with negative COVID tests will be allowed to attend viewings or funerals with escorts, and those who don't have a COVID test will be given one by public health, even as many residents clamor for mass testing in the villages. And since we have seen in news reports stories about people with COVID testing negative several times before testing positive, we asked Silverio about the possible risk of exposure to police officers, funeral staff, bus drivers, public health, and the people of Guam.
Those people who wish to say goodbye to their loved ones must be respected all the way down the line. And if we put ourselves at risk, that is the reality of the work that we do.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Well, the Child Development Center located at Naval Base Guam will reopen its doors Wednesday after undergoing extensive cleaning and sanitizing. The facility was closed after a staffer tested positive for COVID-19 on the 25th. Acting Director of Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, Donna Spatty, said, quote, "We have ensured the facility is safe and in accordance with the guidelines set forth by the CDC. Now, families affected by the closure can expect to be prorated for the dates that the facility was closed." A second positive COVID case prompted another lockdown and target testing at Guma Tranquilidad in Tumon. But according to GURA Director Ray Tapasnia, due to the health insurance portability and accountability, public health is not obligated to notify GURA of the test results.
How we found out the first time back in April or May was actually from the person who did test positive. And then the second time on August 1st, there was another positive, and that person was admitted to GMH. And we found out through contact tracing because some of the staff were being called. But aside from that, public health is not obligated to notify GURA. If you're a part of a vulnerable population and you hear of somebody testing positive, you would think that there would be that they would get some kind of official notification, at least from GURA. But if GURA doesn't even know, because GURA hasn't been officially notified, then there's very little we can do.
Tapasnia says others have been reported, yet GURA would be prompted to shut down the common areas, which include access to laundry facilities, if they're notified of another case. The patient's since been cleared by public health and is back at Guma Tranquilidad. Well, with only a couple of hours to spare, your senators late last night finally passed a budget bill for fiscal year 2021. The vote, 13-2, with only Democrat Regine Bisco-Lee and Jim Moylan of the GOP voting against the measure.
The $774.6 million spending plan is about $30 million less than the current year's budget and $7 million short of what the administration was seeking. In his closing remarks, Appropriations Committee Chairman Joe San Agustin called the budget one of the most economically challenging in the island's history because of the COVID pandemic.
I'm delighted with the outcome of this budget bill and look forward to further assisting our island departments and agencies with additional resources as they become available. In the end, we owe it to our people to ensure we do not lose sight of the services and programs that our people need, and in times like these, we acknowledge the sacrifices that have been made to ensure we come out of this together.
Other senators also spoke out, saying while they supported the overall measure, they still had concerns about various agency shortfalls. The bill also puts limits on the governor's spending flexibility. Lawmakers voted down an amendment to give the governor unprecedented 30% transfer authority, instead keeping it at 15%. The bill also makes it clear that the governor can't spend anything beyond adopted revenues. Minority Leader Tello Taitagui.
Being fully aware of the bleak financial outlook facing our economy, holding the line when it came to rosy revenue projections and efforts to fund pet projects was critically important. Though the budget bill is far from perfect, it is still miles apart from the proposals offered by this administration.
The governor has already responded with a statement saying she is, quote, deeply concerned by the dangerous and drastic budget cuts to public health during this global pandemic. She has until September 11th to take action. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And the budget wasn't the only thing discussed during session. And there is unbelievably tragic news as Adelup just sent a breaking news story to the KUAM newsroom just moments ago. Here now is Guam Governor Lou Leon Guerrero.
Half a day As we continue to grieve our recent passings, it is with great sadness that I must announce 3 additional COVID-related deaths. After midnight this morning, a 73-year-old woman was pronounced dead on arrival at KUAM Memorial Hospital. She had underlying health issues. Following proper protocol, all persons presenting to the ER are tested for COVID-19, and her tests returned positive. And at around 8:30 this morning, a 36-year-old woman, our second youngest COVID fatality, passed away. She was admitted to GMH for reasons unrelated to COVID. However, following protocol, she was swabbed and her results came back positive. Additionally, we received communication from U.S. Naval Hospital, KUAM, regarding the passing of a 74-year-old man just after 9:00 a.m. To those they loved, First Gentleman Jeff, Lieutenant Governor Josh, and I send our deepest sympathies and condolences. I ask that you all please join me as we share a moment of silence with their family and friends to not only mourn their passing, but to also remember them for the lives they lived. To the people of KUAM, we've had too many days filled with grief and too many lives lost. 13 people have succumbed to this virus. Contrary to what some have said, not all of them were elderly. 2 of them were in their 30s with their lives ahead of them. COVID-19 does not discriminate. It will infect the young, the old, men and women. It can infect your coworkers, your neighbors, your family members, and you. I cannot stress this enough, and I will continue to stress this until our fight is over. Stay home, practice social distancing, and wear your mask. You may be tired of hearing this, but it needs to be said, understood, and practiced by everyone. That is how we will defeat this virus.
And we at KUAM would like to extend our condolences, sympathies, and our prayers to those who were lost. Please stay tuned, everybody. We are back right after this.
It makes myself and it makes my team members very proud to work for an organization that has been on island for many years with its focus on reliability, dependability, and commitment to the communities that they operate in.
Matson's a great corporate citizen to the community.
We all benefit from any sort of environmental commitment we make. One of the ways that we do that is with our Adahi Utano program. There's action behind it, and so action breeds commitment.
With the Kaimana Gila coming to Guam, this brings a new age and modernization to the island.
It's exciting for me because it's a brand new ship and we can carry more freight into the islands. It just shows growth for Guam and Micronesia.
Matson would be nothing without its customers, and we hope to continue to serve you for decades to come.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home.
Home. It's more than wood, square footage, and a floor plan. It's where life happens, and moments become etched into memories. At Bank of Hawaii, we're proud to help families all across Guam buy and improve their home. Applying takes just a few moments, but the memories last a lifetime. Simplified by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
KUAM News, winner of the 2020 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Social Media.
Guam's elected Attorney General has joined a lawsuit challenging proposed changes to a key federal environmental law known as the National Environmental Policy Act. AG Levin Camacho joins colleagues from 23 states opposing a waiver for federal agencies so that they would no longer be required to consider all alternatives or indirect impacts to the environment when reviewing infrastructure projects such as highways and pipelines. The AGs argue that it would also limit critical public participation in the review process. Camacho says there have been several federal actions, mostly by the DoD, which have had, as he says, significant environmental impacts on Guam. Now, prior to becoming Guam's elected Attorney General, Camacho successfully sued the feds for forcing the relocation of a military firing range from Pagamigilaw to federal property up at Anderson Air Force Base. To business news, DGSP-21 has been awarded a $50 million base operating support services contract from Joint Region Marianas. NAVFAC Officer Captain Timothy Libertori says DSP-21 will provide several services to include port operations, facility management, electrical, wastewater, and environmental services, among others. The contract is through February of 2021. Back to the local government, the fire department has launched an internal inquiry to determine what happened when a fire truck rammed into a fence and metal gate outside a home up in Jigo. The incident occurred Sunday before midnight, with GFD spokesman Kevin Riley saying, as per policy, the fire truck officer took a drug test. There were no injuries, and as a result of the Jigo incident, safety briefings will be held at all fire stations. Food commodities distribution will pick back up tomorrow with the assistance of village mayors. Previously, GDOE and TFAP under the USDA Food Nutrition Service Program would distribute food at the warehouse down in Petey, the Teason Baseball Field, and the Dededo Farmers Market. Instead, commodities will be given to each mayor, who will then coordinate a drive-through or door-to-door delivery service to minimize traffic-related issues. Commodities will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis, with supplies last, and residents should call their respective mayor office for more information. Participants are reminded to wear a mask, maintain social distancing, and follow all traffic directions and signage. Speaking of GDOE, that very fine agency will distribute technology to students who wish to attend classes safely from home through distance learning. The agency is going to deploy about 8,000 computers from its inventory, so students may continue their studies through online learning. GDOE, they write, is working diligently to expand and improve its distant learning strategy. The 8,000 computers will be deployed to students who would like to enroll in the online model of learning, but who may need access to equipment in order to do so. So says the agency. Good job. Over at the Guam Community College, that institution of higher learning is hosting a Workforce Opportunities Reimagine Conference beginning Wednesday the 2nd to Friday the 4th. The virtual event will offer employees a chance to discuss job market needs for today and beyond, to examine the training needs and economic potential as Guam rebuilds after the economic shock from coronavirus, and develop workforce solutions for economic recovery and sustainability. Dr. Mary Okada is GCC's president.
From 9 to 12 each of those days, and then on Friday afternoon there will be a virtual, like a job fair, so that individuals that participate in the 3 days or one of the 3 days can also participate and find out what jobs might be available from some of our employers. We want to get an idea is post-COVID, what is the workforce going to look like post-COVID? What jobs are currently available to the public? What jobs need some additional training or skills that individuals may be interested in availing of, so that they can qualify for the job opportunities that lie ahead of us.
The event has no cost and is open to everyone in the community, and the issues to be discussed affect the entire island. Dr. Okada says the goal of the conference is to prepare job seekers for the job market that's going to look a lot different from how we see it now. If you are looking for work or a better job, or if you're a business owner or manager needing employees with specific skills, you are encouraged to attend. For more information, you can check out guamcc.edu/WORC. We've also got the link on our website, or you can call 735-5547. Coming up, we've got regional headlines from KSPNG News and Saipan. Please stay tuned.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más.
I would ask the people that we come together, that we help build each other up, that we offer our service and our time, that we start looking at opportunities to build relationships within our home, that we move together as a community, that we are all willing to do what it takes to protect one another. It's about investing in our people, to putting them first before myself, before my thoughts, to fighting for their cause.
I'm Selena Nelson, and I approve this message.
What does the brilliant cut mean to me? It means consistent quality, right across the age expressions. We never compromise on quality and flavour.
It's also the very particular cut of spirit we take to fill our barrels. Tasting it today is just as exciting as the first time I tasted it. That is the brilliant cut.
Small businesses are an important foundation in our island's growing economy. They provide essential goods and services to our community while preserving local traditions and creating new job opportunities. Your responses to the 2020 Census of Guam will help small businesses receive the information they need to thrive for years to come. Respond today. Together, we can make a difference.
Our island is a gift that we have shared with the world. But in the stillness of today, our island is asking everyone to give us a moment. To be with our family, Ifamagonte, our children, our grandchildren, Itanota, our land, our thoughts, to be creative. Panhongi, to have faith. To be with the things we know and the things you've come to love. Give us a moment, and we will share one together soon.
Here's regional headlines now from KSPN2 News in Saipan.
Hafa-day Guam, here are the headlines for CNMI.
A year ago, August 31st would have meant over 1,000 people a day visiting Managaha Island. Today, the company that has run Managaha for over 3 decades was cleaning up and saying goodbye. As of tomorrow, Tassi Tours will no longer manage the CNMI's #1 tourist attraction, and with a worldwide pandemic and no tourists for the foreseeable future, there are more questions than answers on what is next.
I've been working for Tassi Tours, a lifeguard, for almost 14 years. Yeah. So today, August 31st, this is our last day. And I hope our island is maintained beautiful for our next tourists. We never know from this problem going on around the world.
How are you feeling today?
Well, of course, feel sad, but feel good. And you know, it's crazy. We don't know what's going on in our future.
Feeling kind of bummed, you know, since it's our last day. So, you know, we don't know what to expect tomorrow. So we just do what we can.
Have you had any communication from the new company?
As of now, no. We were expecting for them to call us, but I haven't got any information yet.
So as of tomorrow, are you coming to work here tomorrow?
No, not coming to work tomorrow.
It's the last day. Yeah, what can we do?
Yep.
Just look for another job.
How long have you worked here?
28 years.
28 years? Yes. Have you had any communication from the company taking over?
Oh.
So, goodbye, Manyaga. Tassi Tours, well, you've been good to me, man. All heart here right there. Thank you very much.
For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Please stay tuned. Birthday shoutouts are next.
When you want to make the most of your time, waiting in line should be last on your mind. Introducing Skip Lino, the most convenient way to visit Docomo Pacific. Simply download the Skip Lino app on your device, set your region to Guam or Northern Mariana Islands, find Docomo Pacific, and select the location you'd like to visit. Spend less time in line and more time with the people who matter most with the Skip Lino app. Can't wait to see you soon. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Nachos come with rules, like don't take the fully loaded chips, don't hog the guac, and never take the last one. But with the Grande Nachos box from Taco Bell, you can break all the rules, because this meal's all yours.
We give most of our waking hours to preserve yours. When we're in it, nothing exists but you and the person that needs your help. It can be difficult at times. You can't help but take the weight of what you've seen home with you. There are days or nights that I need to leave it all behind, to let it go in the wind. But I'll always come back. I am a first responder, and I have given my life to this.
It's that moment you've been waiting for, tonight's Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts. The 1st of September has us saying happy birthday to Sophia, who celebrates birthday number 12 today. Love mommy, daddy, and family who says they love you very much. Happy birthday, Sophia. Joel Alexander Sablan Robert. Now, you never know on Guam if it's Joel or Joel. So, happy 2nd birthday, Boboy. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. We love you so much and may God bless you always. Say a very proud daddy, mommy, and your entire family. We hope you all have a great birthday. And Valerie, aka Precious. Happy birthday number 4 from Nana. Mommy, your brothers, your sisters, your father, and the entire family, near and far. That's a great list of birthday celebrants, everyone, and we hope each and every one of them has the best day ever. All right, everybody, admittance to the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club, 100% free, 100% fun. Just go to our website to see how to do so. Hey, everybody is doing a great job getting your masks on, getting your gloves on, practicing social distancing, and doing what is right for our island. Let's keep it up. We Guamanians, we're not afraid of hard work, and we can do this. Let's keep up the fight. Let's do this together. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, we're talking youth football with Isaiah and Cameron Miyazaki out in Salt Lake City, Utah, representing Guam for youth football. Now, you guys have been with the team for 2 seasons now. What is it about suiting up and strapping on that helmet that you guys enjoy so much?
Putting on the pads and the helmet, it just gets your adrenaline going. And during practice, we just hit, we do all the normal football stuff. And I love football, so that's a really good thing for me.
You both play wide receiver. You also play defense. And for Cameron, you play safety. Do you prefer playing offense or defense, and why?
I prefer offense because I like playing catching the ball and trying to get touchdowns and helping my team out.
Talk about your team. Are you guys more of a passing team or a running team?
We do a lot of passing and sometimes running because we have some really good wide receivers. And it's our running backs are really good too, but we mostly do passing just to grab extra yards.
Is there a weight limit? And I'm sure you guys play with other Islanders out there. What's the caliber of play out there?
We do have a weight limit, but I'm 15, so my birthday was on August 9th. So this is my last year playing Little League football, so high school. And yeah, there's mostly Samoans, and we don't really see any other Islanders besides Samoans.
And you guys won the season opener 13-7. Who'd you guys play, and how did that game go for you guys?
We did good. We played against Riverton. They were good too. Corner Canyon, sorry. They were good. We got some running touchdowns. Then the quarterback threw it to Isaiah. Isaiah got some yards. We got more touchdowns. Then we won defense. We did good in there. Then we stopped them on a lot of plays. Then they made 1 touchdown, but we came back through and we stopped them one more time for the finish.
Practicing together and just, putting on that uniform, what's that like?
It's way better than being on separate teams. Last year, he was 2 leagues below me. I was Bandom still, and so playing together is really good. So we can communicate better. We can teach each other about football. It's just better as being brothers playing in the same football league.
It's a family tradition. Your dad played high school football over at JFK. He also played in the Miller Football League. And how was that having your dad with some football experience and background to help mentor you guys in the sport that you guys are in right now?
It's good. He helps us out a lot. It's like living with the NFL player, kind of. He teaches a lot online, and he was a tight end too, so he's really good at his job, and he really gets our line really going.
Is it something that you take to heart, being able to represent where you're from, tell people that, your family's from Guam, and being out there and playing with that Guam pride?
Yeah, it's a lot of honor to play out here, and since Guam's not doing a football league, it means a lot to us that we get to play out here.
During this pandemic, I've seen NFL and teams taking a lot of precautions, whether it be sanitizing football equipment, making sure the kids wash their hands. What are some of the things that your coaches and your parents have been able to tell you what to do to stay safe during this pandemic?
We clean our equipment a lot, and before every practice and game, we do temperature checks. And after those temperature checks, we just do like a normal football game. And then after, we're not allowed to high five anyone, like how we go in lines and we high five. We have to go across the field and wave.
You know, down the road, it's high school football, but for this season, any particular goals that you've set for yourself on the offensive or defensive side of the ball?
Trying to get a bunch of touchdowns and mainly just prepare myself for high school football because I know it's going to be harder than this year. Bigger guys, more competition.
I'm getting better at catching the ball, getting around big kids, and trying to make more touchdowns for my team.
And staying active is really important for kids nowadays while you're at home, not able to go to practice and be on the football field. But what are some of the things that you're able to do at home in order to stay in shape and ready to go come game day?
Me and my brother, we just go outside, play some catch, and we do a couple push-ups of it, and then me and Cam, we just pass the ball over and over until we get better at catching.
And is there anybody here at home that you want to say what's up to or hi, any family members?
Yes, this season is all for my Uncle Pete.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo's Select Care.
In part 1 of this meditation series, I shared and explained just a few of the many benefits of meditation. And today, I invite you to join me for a short guided meditation. Please start by coming to a comfortable seat with your shoulders back and down, chest lifted, and just bring your chin parallel to the ground. Gently close your eyes, seal your lips, and breathe in and out through your nose. With each inhale, feel your chest rise and expand. And with each exhale, just feel your chest draw back and collapse. Simply breathing in and out, focusing on the breath, feeling the rise and fall with each inhale and each exhale. Be mindful that each inhale is the same length as each exhale, bringing some balance not only to our breath, but to our mind and our body. Now bring your focus down to your belly. We're going to take deeper breaths, breathing into the lower chambers of our lungs. With each inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. And with each exhale, feel the belly drop back and collapse. And now just think of anything you'd like to release and let go with each exhale. Whether it's a word describing a feeling, a thought, whatever it is, with each exhale, just focus on releasing and letting go. And as you release and let go, you're creating space to invite in something new. So within each inhale, invite in something that you would like to fill that space. Maybe exhale fear and inhale trust. Exhale sadness. Inhale joy. Exhale anxiety. Inhale hope. Exhale, stress, tension in the body, in the mind. Inhale, relaxation. You can follow this for as long as you like, or you could move on to visualizing light. Light pouring from the crown of your head. And just visualize this light pouring from the crown, entering into the body temple, going through the brain cavity, the eyebrows, cheekbones, sinuses, all the way down through the neck, and every part of the body that this light touches, just feel a calmness, a relaxation take over. Passing down through the throat, the chest, shoulders, all the internal organs making their way down, bringing the light down the back, upper back, mid back, lower back, down to the hips, all the way down to the legs, making its way down to your toes until the entire body is filled with this light, bringing a sense of calmness, peace, equanimity. And now visualize this light expanding outwards, spreading this light to your immediate surroundings and continuing to expand further throughout the entire island and further until you see the entire planet covered with this healing